So rvbaypublications.com, start there, stay there for a little bit, and you'll be straight. You'll be good. Right? Sister Najwa Hawa L. I know, yeah, obviously, obviously, we're going over time because you already know how it goes. You already know how it goes. So it's going to be one of those ones. Go till Ustream kicks us off. So, Sister Hawa L. Islam Kudro, I just wanted to tell you thank you for standing up to Taharka on Moorish World. That was some foul-ish. I would not have said anything to you about it had I not seen your comment on the YouTube feed. I didn't want to be accused of spreading gossip, egging this on, or being messy. Personally, I was gaining respect for Sharif because he was the only one on Moorish World who took my question serious enough on another post to have a dialogue with me. But when I heard his last post, I lost all respect for him. My reason is simple. At present, we are doing two things. We are trying to wake unconscious Moors up and unite these Moors. We are trying to wake unconscious Moors up and unite. And these Moors are hell-bent on being divisive and set tripping. Kudro, had it not been for the honest work that you, Taj, Razmariah, Anid, Mizraim, Setenra, Abdullah, Amazite, and Sabir have done by building a solid foundation of studying and requiring us out here to do the same, I would have been on my way back to my former state by listening to them brothers berate Taj and Sabir. The church taught me that if you mess up in public, you are subject to public rebuke. So that is why I put my comments and testimony out for public view. Glad you had my back. But here is the deal, brother. Moorish World wants to be seen like Sa Netter is being seen, and it is catering to the same crowd. It is coattailing off the smoke of the Sharif and Reggie debate. In 2 weeks, when the dust settles from the shootings and protests, see where those brothers are then. I am not saying to give them a pass because you are men and that is men's business. What I am saying is more of a warning. Canaanland, RV Bay, Moorish Heritage and History School and Harlem have been doing an outstanding job at uplifting fallen humanity. Outstanding. However, the devil is in the details. Listen, Sharif handled the debate well, but what I am sensing is that someone wants to benefit from seeing Moors debate Moors. Don't fall for that because there is too much at stake right now. Let them keep barking inside their fence line and keep educating Moors because this right here is ghetto gang banging at its finest. Watch what I say. They want Taj and they are using Sabir and the need for unity to get him. The attempt is to crush Taj's teachings and have unconscious Moors come into the temples so they can control them with more mind control, religiosity under the guise of discipline, and to lead them to the slaughterhouse like sheep. I say this not because I know them. I say this because this is the exact same thing I'm experiencing locally trying to get this information out in my community. It's an old paradigm. Shepherd, scapegoat, and sheep. The shepherd gets the sheep to follow them, but he uses the scapegoat. When they all get to the slaughterhouse, the shepherd steps aside, the scapegoat goes out the trap door, and the sheep, not knowing anything different, goes right to the butcher. So tell Taj stay hidden a while longer. On Sabir, the comment regarding Philly Moors looking like slaves was not the best comment he could have made, and he should deal with that. For me out here, I see the press conference as a sign, a blowing of the trumpet, so to speak. We fell as Moors in Philly, and a call was made for Moorish nationality in Philly after all these years. Everyone should have used that to build and bring unity, not the other way around. Peace and love, Najwa Varani Kawa L. P.S. Why does Canaanland need a social security number for membership in the temple? Well, that information is more so for people in Canaanland, because when or if they get kidnapped, they'll be using those instruments to misidentify them. So we want to make sure that we have all the instruments that they have, so in case they get kidnapped and they say that they're free national name or whatever, we can use that information to be able to identify who it is, because they're going to pretend like they don't know the Moorish name. All right, fine. You don't know the Moorish name? Okay. The Moorish name, X relation, this name. And then that way they'll be able to know who we're dealing with. So that's not for outside or for the honorary membership. The honorary membership, we don't even need all that info because we can't do anything with it over here. Right? Just like we tell people too, there's always questions with regard to filling out the membership form or filling out the nationality card order forms or whatever, but there was no questions when you went to fill out a license. There was no questions when you went to fill out birth certificate, when you went to fill out whatever for whatever job you got, when you went to fill out for a credit card with whoever, and that guy stopped you and they said, yo, fill this out and we'll give you a mug. You just filled it out, ain't no questions or whatever like that. So, same thing. You know what I mean? It's really the same thing. Just fill it out, send it in. We don't own your birthrights. Right? We don't own your birthrights. All we're doing is allowing people to be members of what Noble Drew Ali founded. Because so many people call us, email, saying that where they're at, there's no temple. Now, why? Because dirty Moors didn't carry on the tradition of opening temples, starting to own charters, where, you have to get a warrant of authority before you get a charter and all that type of stuff. Then people should be just getting charters. Now, with the climate, we're going to make sure that people are trained, so we would give them warrant of authority so that they can exercise as Moor Science Temple as far as Canaanland jurisdiction. Other Moors in different territories, they'll have a warrant of authority for them to exercise as Moor Science Temple where they are. They use, all the literature, they use RV Bay publications, they do all the same stuff that we're doing in their territory with the Moors where they're at, and we don't even have contact with them or anything like that. Give them their warrant of authority and let them do what it is that they do. Yeah, they're gonna call once in a while, there's a lot more, we might be in town, we're coming by, blah blah, no problem, we're here, whatever. Other than that, go do what you're supposed to do. You already have all the literature, you already know what you're supposed to do. And then that's that. You know what I mean? And because it's birthright. You don't own this. No Moorish Science Temple, Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Moorish Divine National Movement owns your birthright. They don't own it. They're just holding it in trust for you till you come get it. Speaking about holding it in trust for you. King Alfred Plan. All science is merely a means to an end. The means is knowledge, the end is control. Beyond this remains only one issue. Who will be the beneficiary? One issue remains. Who will be the beneficiary? Now, if Noble Drew Ali came in 1913 and told you that you're going to be the beneficiary of a vast estate and all that, all you got to do is proclaim your nationality. then, you know. But anyways, Brother Devon Robinson L. sent a writ regarding some credit bureau, whatever. Now, this was the response that he got. Current creditor, LVNV Funding, LLC. Original creditor, Credit One Bank. Dear, quote unquote, all caps, Devon Robinson. This letter is to acknowledge that we have received your request for verification of the above referenced debt and to inform you that the current creditor has recalled your account. Therefore, the account is no longer placed with Weltman, Weinberg, and Rice Company, LPA, for collections. As such, we no longer have access to the information you have requested. This communication is from a debt collector attempting to collect this debt for the current creditor, and any information obtained will be used for that purpose. Please be advised, this file has been closed. Sincerely, Weltman, Weinberg, and Rice Company. Right? So the current creditor has recalled your account. Right? Why would they sell the debt and then recall it? Well, let's see why. So he sent a writ to them, and then you can take notes. You know what I mean? In order to draft your own whatever you got to do, because this is birthright. And again, this is a more. Saw the sign. Instead of talking to the post, walk the path. And then he came back now to the post. Thank you, post, for pointing the direction. Let me just fix you up for whatever. So next person who comes, dust you off, make sure you're clear, paint you or whatever. Next person who comes, they're going to be able to follow the path. I am Devon Robinson L. I am in full life as a flesh and blood being. I, the living, am fully aware that any and all claims made concerning a Crown Corporation owned name is in fact an admission of fraud where false impersonation is concerned, and is a capital crime to do so. Inasmuch as you, the sender, have mailed something under assumption/presumption of law that I, the living, am somehow related to the Crown copyrighted name registered at birth is, in fact, aiding and abetting another into fraud. For the record, on the record, and let the record show, I am a Moorish national aboriginal indigenous natural person and not a nom de guerre, straw man, or any artificial corporate construct as written in all capital letters. I am authorized representative for the estate of Devon Robinson. I am in receipt of your instrument dated July 15th, sent by mail and location, blah, blah. The estate name, Devon Robinson. You are the CEO for Resurgent Capital Services, LP, and you manage the account for Living LNV Funding, LLC, which is a corporation. And according to law, under Title 28, Section 3002, so Title 28, Section 3002, United States means a federal corporation. According to the Dictionary of Law, 1893, a corporation is a creature of the Crown, created by letters patent, an artificial being, indivisible, intangible, and existing only in contemplation of law.